Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree.
Childhood is a very important phase before you become an adult. You learn everything in your childhood, in your adulthood, adolescence, before that, right? So, and there is a phrase which says, child is the father of man. Today, I'm very, very happy because I am going to bring you at today's youth, adolescent, teen. This is a new kind of talk to a young generation, and how do they feel about being growing up in this time and period? What was their experience? And it is not someone adult talking on behalf of them, it is them talking. So I'm very, very happy and pleased to introduce you today to Miss Joanne Isaac, who is going to go to grade 10. And she is extremely funny, chirpy, bubbly. I think there are a lot of words I can describe, but I think let Joanne handle this thing. Joanne, please join us and please tell us something about yourself.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Hi, Joanne. So, as I said, that you are going to go to grade 10. Pretty
Yes.
exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Exciting, nervous, a huge, it's, I have a huge mix of so many feelings because, ever since I was little, everyone's been saying, oh, 10th is the, board year, 10th is the year we're going to give your board exams. And I remember thinking when I was little that, oh, I wonder how much marks I'll get in my board exam. Will I make my parents proud? So, yeah.
Oh my God. Since you were a child, you were thinking like that.
Yes, I
Oh,
remember
wow.
thinking things. Actually, when I, come to think of it in even more detail, when I was small, there's this thing called a badge in my school.
Mm-hmm.
So we have different music badge, art badge, science badge, so many badges. So when I was small, I wanted to get a badge. And by God's grace, last year I did. I got the music badge, and I was so happy because I felt like I was making the small Joanne proud
Yes,
by
yes.
achieving that. Yeah.
So, Joanne, you said that you want to be like you got, something in the music. If I'm not wrong, you sing, right? And you
Yes.
actually create your own music too, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I think we will be definitely hearing from you something today, right?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, so tell me something about as a child, like being nervous for your grade 10. Apart from that, what were the things you were excited about, you looked forward to, and where you used to get nervous, what kind of friends you had, and how is it now? It's a very big question, I understand. You
Yeah.
can take your time and answer in bits and pieces.
Yes. So, yeah, so basically, when I was little, I was so when my parents actually recognized my talent in singing. I when I was little, I used to just honestly used to be just a bathroom singer. I used to just hum tunes. I used to notice things in my music classes at school, and many people used to tell my mom, you should really you know
Pursue
put her
this.
in, yeah, put her in some classes and help her increase her vocal ability. And then I joined classes at the age of 9 or 10, and from then on music has been a huge part of my life. It's something that really helps me to relieve stress. And if we were in a world where you could do whatever you want, and money was not a worry for you, I would probably pursue music. But since we aren't, I'm also an artist. I draw and I paint. So I I'm creative is what I've been told by many people.
Mhm.
So since we are in a world where we need to earn money to live and sustain our family, which is why I think I would take up a job in the creative aspect so that I enjoy what I'm doing and at the same time I can keep doing my music.
That's so wonderful. So what exactly your future plans would be? Like you want to pursue science, or you would just go and do music?
So I think I have a plan. I mean, of course, plans always change because I've seen it with my seniors. So right now, my plan is going into designing, maybe any sort of design. Haven't decided which one specifically. The reason I think I would be taking science stream because it does open up more opportunities in design as well. Or maybe I might go into architecture. So there are so many options which I've been thinking about over the years. Yeah, I think that's what I'd become. And when last year also, I was thinking, once I become, I make my own money and I'm independent, that's when I could focus more on my music without worrying about the money that comes with it.
So basically, you would like to be a musician, right? Maybe
Yes.
let's say that tomorrow you have some kind of big win in lottery for let's say 1 billion. Probably you won't pursue the architect thing, and probably you'll end up just playing music.
Yeah. So my plan is, maybe when I'm retired or when I'm like, I can afford to pursue music, that's when I would.
It's a little funny question, Joanne,
Mhm.
to a teenager. When you would like to retire?
I don't know. I feel like not specifically when I retire. I think maybe probably as a side hobby that keeps me happy and fills my heart. It's just music is just like when I'm feeling sad or stressed or anything. It's just like a solution to the problems that I face as an adolescent. So I feel like everyone needs some outlet through which they can relieve their stress. For some people, it could be writing poems, writing stories. So for some others, it can be dancing. Some it can be art. For me, it's music and art. I'm also a dancer. I did train for Bharatanatyam when I was little,
Wow.
but I stopped because it was getting a bit overwhelming with so many classes that I had. So it was either Bharatanatyam or music, and I was more closer with music than Bharatanatyam. So yeah.
So with this, I actually am like wondering that such a bubbly person, and what stresses you out in life? You are a
Um,
teenager, it's time to be probably very happy, but still you said, that I heard you that you get stressed out. So what are the things you would say that you get stressed out about?
I feel like I mean you have surpassed the teenage years, so I'm sure you know this better than anyone. But I feel like the stress about, making your parents proud with your marks or making your, deciding what job you want. Everyone is like, every single time at this age, when you meet maybe some auntie that you, it's like, oh, I saw you when you were little. What do you want to be when you grow up? You're like, what do I want to be when I grow up? It's like a question that everyone's asking. So I should know by now. I should know at the age of 14. Am I obliged to know? Those small things, and of course there's also the hormones that play in
There are
adolescent
no
years.
hormones are there which is going to stress out ideally in
Uh-huh.
ideal situation.
Yeah.
And I would like to tell you that let everyone say whatever they want to say, but your focus should be on what you want to be from your heart, right?
Yeah.
That will
Yeah.
let you be successful in life. You should not
Yes.
really worry at all. Okay, you are
Yes.
not at all obligated to know and tell anyone that what you would like to be in future.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
And what about your social life? As a teenager, what is your social life look like?
So for me personally, I feel like again, everyone is different, but for me, I've always been the social butterfly. So I have a friend group, a really amazing friend group. Of course, there's going to be some bitter times here and there, but the friend group is there for me when I need them. And sometimes, if there's a rift between the friend groups, I have my seniors, I have my grandparents, my parents to depend upon. Um, my social life is mostly with people who are older than me. I don't know, I just it makes it, I find it easier to confide in them, and I feel a bit more comfortable around my seniors and my parents. And then of course there's my family, my cousins and my aunts and uncles. Yeah, every single time I make a new friend, if I, want to make a new friend, for sure, it's only because of a gut feeling saying, I think this person is going to make me happy if I'm around them. So yeah.
Okay, so socially you are pretty active, yeah?
Yeah. I think you can say that.
And how do you, because it looks like that you are very close to your parents too. How
Yeah.
exactly do you think that, you are helping them around? Are you?
Helping them around in what sense?
In any sense, like, do you take any kind of responsibility that this is, assigned to you and that is just that Joanne does, something like that. That is done only by Joanne. Is there anything like that?
I, I actually don't think there's any like specific thing, Joanne, you do this. But I think the reason why I'm so close to my parents is because they've always been with me and been there for me through ups and downs, be it with friends, be it
At
with.
this age, Joanne, come on, what ups? And I'm okay with ups, yeah? Ups are good things, but what downs you have faced? Just give a little bit insight, just little bit, not much.
I think for me personally, I'm a person who overthinks a lot. So I'll give you an example. I actually took a Trinity music exam for Western classical vocals. Now, this is the first time I've ever taken an exam. So naturally, I am super duper nervous, like anyone would be.
Mhm.
Trinity exams are out of 100 marks. There's technicals, there are songs, there's improvisation that you do. Now I was so nervous, like I mean so nervous. You can ask my parents. I was like, will I get a distinction? Will I not? What if I don't? Because inside me, I wanted to make myself proud and I wanted to get a distinction because even when I was little, I used to see like other people in my music school saying, Mom, I got a 99. And then, I just wanted to make myself proud. So after the exam, I got my results and I got a 95,
Mhm.
and I was super dumbstruck. I was like, why did I overthink so much? I could do this. Like I am capable.
Yes.
So things like overthinking, I think, is a huge habit of mine, which leaks into every aspect of my life with friends too. I think the downs are mostly because of my overthinking, and of course some people being mean here and there, and just my parents saying it's going to be fine. It's just everyone's going through the adolescent age. Everyone is going to go through this, and you're no any different. So it's completely normal to like go through stuff, in the sense that having rifts with your friends,
Mhm.
um or like facing severe bullying or seeing severe bullying,
Oh my God.
maybe. So
Really? Have you faced bullying?
no, I'm just speaking in the general sense.
Okay.
I in this time and age, I feel like it's a problem that is seen very often, bullying, right? So
Yes.
with the teenage years. So I personally haven't gone through it, but if
Have-
you are, I
Mhm.
think confiding in your parents is a huge thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's ups and downs with your parents are what's gonna make the relationship between you and your parents stronger.
That is actually a very good message to the parents in general, that
Yeah.
always confiding them in, because This is a trend, I think, that nowadays teenagers, adolescents, they are a little bit moving away from their parents. So that is a wonderful,
Yeah.
beautiful message. And I feel
Yes.
that you are very, very close to your grandpa as well, isn't it? You kind of idolize him.
Yeah, yeah. My grandpa, all my grandparents are amazing, but I do have a small, you know, my apapa. I think you interviewed him too. So he loves science. So he absolutely loves science. And when I was going through like during Corona, I was my sixth and seventh was during Corona. So it was really hard for me because sixth is like a bit harder than fifth grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was very hard on me and my marks, and I was like really struggling. So my papa, he helped me to understand, and he was really patient with me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I actually used to teach him the lesson, even if I didn't know anything about it. So, when he listened to me and also told me, okay, actually, that's not correct. This is the right answer. Though, like having his patience and his understanding and just his will to make me increase my marks and just helping me in any way, it really touched my heart because to
Mm-hmm.
know that someone is there who really wants you to succeed and is helping you in as many ways as he possibly can. I mean, all my grandparents do it, but my papa sat with me for hours together, you know, to just listen to me teaching him.
Wow.
So that was amazing. Yeah.
Apart from that, like we are talking about, especially during COVID, everyone was isolated.
Yeah.
How exactly you felt, during isolation days? I understand that you were with your parents and probably grandparents too.
Yeah.
Still, how was the feeling? Because you're definitely away from your friends. You being, a very friendly person, as you said yourself that you're a social butterfly. So how the butterfly was feeling at that time?
So I think I was very young. I was around like 9 or 10 when it started, right? The
Yeah.
COVID.
Mhm.
So I could think I kind of got used to, I got accustomed to the isolation, I could say, because I mean, my parents were there. My grandparents were also there. We went to Kerala during COVID because we didn't have a family, like we didn't have close relatives in Bangalore. So, during a pandemic, we wanted to be around the family that we have. So we went to Kerala, and my friends and we maintained a connection. We kept calling on Skype, and we kept talking. So I don't think that I didn't feel a major gap
That's
because
nice. So you actually kind of keep connected.
yes, yes.
That connect was never missed, right?
Hmm. And
Okay.
I think that the COVID also brought me closer to my parents because I was, with them more often, and I was able to talk to them more often than, yeah.
So you were one of those people who were okay with COVID, yeah? It was a kind of a gift.
Oh no, I can't
Blessings
say it
in
was a,
disguise,
sorry,
blessings in disguise or something.
blessing in disguise, I could say, yes. I think when I usually I didn't have much knowledge about the internet and stuff before COVID. So I was only like in the fifth grade, right? So my parents were like, okay, no phone, right? So no electronic devices. I became better with the internet and
Technology.
Googling technology in general. And I also, started making, I made a YouTube channel, and
Mhm.
I started making songs. I started posting songs, and I started editing videos too for my school projects.
Wow.
And I did art, and I think I found a lot of hidden talents at that time because I was always, I mean, yeah, I like art. It's nice. I like drawing, but I remember one day I just sat and I drew for around like 6 hours when I was only like 10 or something, and I drew a realistic eye. And till date, that's my favorite
Masterpiece. Is that
masterpiece.
your masterpiece?
Yeah, it was actually Pi Day. So I drew the eye with a pie in the iris,
Mm-hmm.
and I took inspiration from something that I saw. I can actually show it to you if you
Yeah,
want.
please. Sure.
Okay. So this is done by me. I think I think in the seventh grade or so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Eye in the eye.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I cannot take full credit for this because it is not an original piece of mine. I took inspiration from something that I saw and I just added my own twist to it. So
So what exactly pie in the eye might mean?
I'm not really sure. I think you should ask the artist who did it. But I've always been like good at, I think, copying something that's already been done, or like copying the details of something.
Mm-hmm.
So you give me I had a ball, I had like a pouch with a really intricate design, and I drew the design, I looked and I took down all the details. So I was always good at doing that and adding my own twist to it. But right now as an artist, I'm working on original pieces.
That's so
So
nice. Can we see some of those?
I think my original pieces are still in the making.
Yeah,
So
little bit maybe.
this is another example of copying. The
This is
this is
also
a
copying.
this
Okay.
is a realistic picture of a lip,
Yeah, yeah.
and I made it into, yeah. I will try to get an original. So
This is your original?
yes,
Oh, wow. And what exactly? Just a second.
yeah.
What?
See, this is actually this is
Show again.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, wait, wait. Oh, yeah. What it is? Is it some kind
Exactly.
of mythical creature?
It's actually a one of my teachers. I asked her to. This might seem weird, but I asked her to just scribble on a paper,
Ah,
and I made her scribble into art. This is a scribble,
okay.
and I used my imagination to turn it into art.
So I see octopus, I see fish, and I probably I think that if I think I dig more, then probably I'll see some hydra and sea anemone, etc. Right?
Yes, there is.
Is that true? Oh
Yeah.
my God. And then you suddenly got inspired by some kind of fossil?
Fossil. Where's the
Yeah.
fossil?
No, 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 no. The tiny pegs which are coming out of it.
It's supposed to be some
Yeah.
sea
It
thing.
it
Yeah.
looks interesting, though no doubt about that. Like I don't have that kind of artistic bent, I would say. I don't have that strong. Like, of course, I understood the eye. That was very beautiful, beautiful eyelashes. That's how what I saw. Yeah. But this one was probably there are a lot of,
I think it's
artistic.
all about point of view. Like when
But it was beautifully done. I agree with that. Like
okay,
it looked something exquisite.
yeah, thank
That
you.
I can say for sure.
Yeah,
So you are an artist going to
yes,
be an architect in future.
maybe.
Let's say that you don't become an architect. Then what is the profession you think you can picture
Maybe
yourself?
interior designing or app designing or product designing. So many other designing options are there. So
So designing only.
yes, just designing.
Do you see yourself as a doctor?
I
Hmm.
don't think I see myself as a doctor. Um, I think it depends on what kind of doctor. Maybe a doctor who's with kids. maybe
Who designs something?
a doctor who designs something.
No, they can. Of course they can, prosthetics.
Yeah, but I would also have to know the technicals of it, which again, I don't know if I'm very good at. So, um,
So
I
something
don't
like
think
that is not for you for sure. So
I
you
don't I won't say it's completely not for me. I think it is I have more interest in design.
sure.
So I would any day pick design over becoming a doctor. See, I know that money making is very profound in the field of medicine,
Mhm.
but for me, it's
So
not
that
only about
doesn't
that.
that doesn't
Yeah.
motivates you that, see, there is a lot of money here. Come.
See, what's the point of like going into a profession which gives you a lot of money but doesn't keep your soul happy?
Mhm.
If I go into designing, if I get experience for a few years, I would probably get the same money as a doctor. But it's not, I mean, I don't think that's true, but I would
There's a lot
get
of
enough.
struggle involved.
Of course, there is, but I would love doing my job, wouldn't I? So I think that is the highest of all, the
So
first
one
priority for me.
one last thing before we could hear you listen to your music. One last question.
Mhm.
What an ideal world would look like, should be,
An ideal world.
yeah, in your opinion,
I think an ideal world would
in
be
20 years maybe, or 10, 15 years, when you are an adult, how the world should look like, what you're thinking.
I think an ideal world would be a world where you can pursue what you want to do. You want to be a dancer, you can because you can afford to. Why can you afford to? Because the world doesn't revolve around money, maybe. So I mean, I'm just gonna say whatever I think an ideal world is.
Mm-hmm.
I would say a world where um, you can go into whatever field you want to go into without fearing the fact that you might not be able to sustain yourself,
Mm-hmm.
let alone your family.
Mm-hmm.
And also an ideal world would be a world without any conflicts, a world where everyone lives in harmony, and a world without war, a world with peace. So yeah, I think that's an
Do
ideal
you
world.
think it is possible, in your opinion? Do you
See,
think?
that's why I said an ideal world. So I think peace is something which, I mean, there's always going to be war and conflicts because there's going to be um, conflicting ideas or opinions. There's always going to be hatred
Why?
because some
Why
people.
do you think that people are like not really, they don't like each other? What is the reason, do you think, that those kind of conflicts happen, which lead to very unfavorable circumstances?
I think that conflicts happen because of just difference in opinion or human emotions like jealousy or anger, which if we learn to put away, we could maybe have a chance of having an ideal world where there is just peace and tranquility and everyone is able to live in harmony. There's nothing you don't look at a person with disgust, or you don't idolize a person so much. You should be equal with everyone. You should respect everyone equally. And yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
that's it.
Wonderful. Well said. So before we just, you play your music, tell me something about which song you are going to play. What is
Mhm.
what is the music about? Why it is your
Yes.
favorite? Whatever.
So actually when I started my music journey, like professionally or just with classes, my teacher heard me sing and she said, you have a jazz voice. So I was kind of surprised because jazz was something I heard of, but it isn't something that I took an effort to learn or hear.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a renowned
Musician.
jazz musician called Ella Fitzgerald. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing because she's done amazing pieces.
Mhm.
And in jazz, there's this rule in music that in jazz, there's nothing called wrong, a wrong note or a wrong, you know, anything. If you go wrong somewhere, you
Mhm.
can say it's jazz, because in jazz anything is allowed. Improvisation, going to a minor key where it doesn't feel right, it's okay, it's jazz. In jazz you're allowed to make mistakes without someone judging you, saying, hey, that's kind of weird, that didn't sound right. But in jazz you can do whatever you want.
Wow, that was
It's
interesting.
it's
Interesting.
it's where you can actually experiment with your music, and you can do whatever feels right to you, and you can improvise and keep improvising until you find that right note or that right feeling for the song you're working on, or
Like
just
a
the cover you're
free
doing.
spirited kind of thing.
It is. I think that's why I really love jazz. I am very in tune with jazz. Only because of my teacher, she recommended jazz to me. And the first song that I learned in jazz is It's Only a Paper Moon by Ella Fitzgerald, who is the artist I told you about.
Yes,
So,
wonderful. That was like it was an information to me that jazz is something. I now I think I get it that what you are trying to say.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, make it jazzy then.
Yeah, so I think I'll be singing It's Only Paper Moon, my first jazz song ever, and the first song I learned as a little girl who was introduced to jazz and introduced to being trained into music.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it without any backing track. I do play the guitar, but this song on the guitar is so incredibly hard for my mediocre level. So yeah, I just sing the song.
Sure.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be, but it wouldn't be make believe if you believed in me. It's funny, it's plain to see how happy I'd be if you believed in me. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. That was amazing. I have to say that.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, I cannot believe it. You're really, really a jazzy singer. You jazzed it up. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I just didn't want to clap and disturb you in the middle.
No, no.
It was just, yeah, you should definitely pursue music. I would say that. I would definitely suggest, like, don't do anything but music. I really hope that the ideal world is here and you can do whatever you want. And
Yes,
you
yes,
play music there.
yes.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for joining and sharing your lovely thought in your bubbly way and making this world beautiful with your beautiful, amazing voice. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am.
All the
Thank you.
best for your 10th grade.
Yes.
And trust me, it's not scary. As everybody has told you, you will sail through, you will jazz through. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a